everybody out there in YouTube land. Jake of the OneManBand is back again with a return to old form Hunger Games simulations, because I know you guys love them so dang much. And now that I'm come back to YouTube, I think it's time that I actually did a few more of these, because I got some new ideas. And so, let's get started with the rundown of tonight's contestants. From District 1, we have the Great Golden Dragon. His talons are spears. His scales are iron. His wings are a hurricane. It's Smaug, the Great and Terrible. And also, his female companion is going to be, she's the mistress of evil, and she wields all the powers of hell, Maleficent, in dragon form. From District 2, we have two dragon aspects from World of Warcraft. One, the dragon aspect of life, Alexstrasza, and the other, the dragon aspect of magic, Kalecgos. District 3, two more dragon aspects. We have Orisa, rest her soul, and the dragon aspect of time, Nozdormu. District 4, rounding it out with dragon aspects, once again from World of Warcraft, we have Deathwing, the aspect of the earth, and the sunderer of the world, bringer of the cataclysm. And the former aspect of magic, Malygos. District 5, we're heading to Elder Scrolls lore with the Endbringer, the World Eater himself, Alduin, and his traitorous brother, Paarthurnax. From District 6, we have two long-style dragons, Chinese-style dragons. One of them is the great dragon himself that grants wishes, Shenron. And the other one, your very best friend in a story that never ends, Falkor. District 7, we're going a little bit more anime with the great Blue Eyes White Dragon and the Red Eyes Black Dragon. District 8, we got a couple of cuties. One of them, Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon, and Elliot the Invisible Dragon from Pete's Dragon. From District 9, we got a couple of more rarer ones. One of them, Saphira, the great, cover art dragon for the great book Aragon, and Draco, the dragon from the movie Dragonheart, and voiced by Sean Connery. District 10, we're finally getting into Game of Thrones territory for all you Game of Thrones fans. We have Drogon and Rhaegal. District 11, we have Viserion and an ancient Norse dragon of legend, Fafnir, who is a covetous dwarf who killed his father and his brothers for their gold and was transformed into a dragon. And District 12, we got my main boy Spyro and the great and powerful Mushu from Mulan. Alrighty, my friends. This is Hunger Games number 48, Famous Dragons. Let's see how it's going to start out, shall we? I just now noticed I don't got any water for myself, but we're going anyway! Proceed to the bloodbath! As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Alexstrasza runs away from the cornucopia. Probably wants to preserve herself, that's fine. Maleficent takes a handful of throwing knives. I mean, everyone else is probably, like, great swords, but that's fine. Nozdormu kills Shenron with a hatchet, picks up a giant battle axe because these are dragons. So a hatchet is like a battle axe. Just picks up a battle axe and just decapitates Shenron. No more wishes for you. No more coming back with the Dragon Balls, Krillin. Draco grabs a sword. Malygos runs away from the cornucopia. He's a bit crazy, so he wants to preserve himself. Paarthurnax, Anduin, and Smaug work together to gather as many supplies as possible. Makes a lot of sense. Alduin and Smaug, they're very evil dragons, and Paarthurnax, while in the end being a good dragon, Alduin's his brother, so he's probably going to stick with him for at least a little bit. Red Eyes Black Dragon runs away from the cornucopia. Saphira sets Drogon on fire with a Drogon, your small ass can't stand up to the big old freaking dragons in Aragon. She just blasts him with fire. oh yeah, it says that a Targaryen can't die to fire, but apparently another dragon can with superior fire. Hey, hell yeah, take that, Drogon. Toothless runs away from the cornucopia. He's a cute little boy, so he can probably sneak away rather quickly. Viserion rips a mace out of Rhaegal's hands. Oh, the brothers are fighting. They're fighting. They're fighting. Well, I mean, Viserion kind of went, he got killed and then got turned into an undead dragon, so, maybe they're not on good terms anymore. Deathwing and Falcor fight for a bag, and Dragonwing strangles Falcor with the straps and runs. That's a very Deathwing thing to do. Just take this fluffy, nice dragon that, puts kids on his back and flies around. So they go like, yeah! And he just, you do not deserve to be a dragon. Just, viciously just kills him. Poor Falcor. Mushu runs away from the cornucopia. Again, he's very small. He can probably avoid everyone else. Elliot decapitates the Blue Eyes White Dragon with a sword. I'm sorry, Seto Kaiba, but your precious Blue Eyes was killed by the derpy Invisible Dragon Elliot. I'm sorry. That joke writes itself. It just does. Caligos runs away from the cornucopia. Fafnir runs away from the cornucopia. Spyro finds a bag full of explosives. Well, he is a pretty smart dragon, so he might be able to figure out how to use those. And Ysera takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. With that, my friends, a lot of dragons fell in the bloodbath, but a lot of others got away. So let's move on to the first day of this Hunger Games to see who will live and who will die. You know what? I forgot. I totally forgot. You have to set who you want to win at the very beginning. You need to pick your 3. I totally forgot that. It's been so long that I forgot. Well, I'll tell you who my 3 were, even though some of them are now dead. I'm going with Smaug, Blue Eyes White Dragon, and Spyro. Spyro was one of my favorite games back in the day. I almost want to get the Reignited trilogy and maybe play it with you guys. Maybe play it with Aaron for another one-player co-op. Tell me what you guys think about that. Smaug, I love it because it's from The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings. Absolutely love it. And the Blue Eyes White Dragon because my man Seto Kaiba. Unfortunately, Blue Eyes White Dragon's already dead. Hopefully you guys got your 3 in the comments down below already. But let's see who's going to end up winning. Alrighty. Day 1 has begun. Rhaegal, Toothless, and Nosdormu track down and kill the Red Eyes Black Dragon. Yu-Gi-Oh! Dragons have been knocked out of the competition. No anime for you. All anime dragons are dead, actually. Shenron, too. They didn't want no anime in their fantasy games, I guess. In this fantasy. Mushu chases Fafnir. Little baby Mushu chases big old Fafnir. He was probably like, I'm going to get your gold. I'm going to get your gold. And Fafnir was like, no, it's my gold. Stay away. And he probably just runs. Oh, my God. Oh. Sometimes the events that happen don't really fit who's fighting. But sometimes you just get funny things like this. And it makes for great content, I swear. Viserion is prickled by thorns while picking berries. Oh, I got a little thorn in my hand now. What am I going to do? And I just want to eat my berries. Saphira searches for firewood, being a little bit proactive. Spyro practices his archery. Well, I mean, his claws, I'd say, are probably close to being like hands. I mean, the bigger dragons in the Spyro games, they had hands. So maybe Spyro will eventually get there. He's just practicing his archery. Draco and Deathwing work together. I can see it now. Hey, Deathwing, I can see that you're a red dragon, and you really like fire. How about you and I work together so we don't kill each other, and then we'll fight to the death at the end? That's a terrible Sean Connery impression. Oh, slept with your mother last night. Oh, man, Sean Connery, I love you. Parthenax constructs a shack on top of a giant mountain, probably. Next, he's going to get a bunch of Nords to come up to him so he can teach them voice magic. Maleficent falls into a pit and dies. You got wings, Maleficent. Well, her wings are actually very small. So, it makes, it kind of makes sense that she falls into a pit and dies. But I'm sorry, Maleficent, you're amazing in Sleeping Beauty. You were very intimidating, but I mean, a pit got you. Kind of disappointing for a dragon. Malagos sprains his ankle while running away from Alexstrasza. Why don't you just fly? I'm guessing that the environment that they're fighting in is like, oh, you can't really fly all that much. The arena that they're fighting in. Elliot stalks Smaug. Very easy to do because he's invisible. But Smaug has a very adept sense of smell and hearing, so he could probably still detect Elliot if Elliot got close. I mean, he was able to detect Bilbo, and Bilbo was very good at sneaking, and he was invisible at the time. Caligos poisons Alduin's drink, but mistakes it for his own and dies. He was probably just like, I have come with a peace treaty. Here, drink this. And it was probably like the whole like Princess Bride exchange where it's like, I have filled one of these glasses with poison, but which one is it? And he drinks the poison and dies. You can't kill the World Eater like that, man. You need a Dragonborn. Or I guess maybe another dragon. But can't kill Alduin with poison. Pure Caligos. And Eurissa discovers a cave. She's really been sticking far away from everyone else. She has a spear, now she has a cave. So, yeah, she has the starting of a treasure hoard. She's got a spear and a cave to keep it in. Alrighty. 7 fallen tributes have fallen within the first day of this Hunger Games. Shenron, Drogon, Falkor, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Red Eyes Black Dragon, the Maleficent in dragon form, and Caligos have all fallen in battle. I gotta say, man, I was hoping that the Blue Eyes or the Red Eyes would get a little bit farther, and I'm sure a lot of Game of Thrones fans are really pissed off that Drogon was the second one to be knocked out. But I guess you never know. These are all big, powerful dragons, and if you really want to think about it, the Game of Thrones dragons are relatively small compared to some of these other dragons. Let us proceed. Now, Night 1 has come. Deathwing fends Alexstrasza, Saphira, and Smaug away with his fire. I mean, he has some pretty powerful fire, even though all the rest of them have the ability to breathe fire. So maybe they're just like, look, we don't want to deal with that right now. You do you. Alduin, Mushu, Viserion, Paarthurnax, and Elliot sleep in shifts. Again, Alduin and Paarthurnax sticking together. They're brothers. They're bros. Nosdormu sees a fire. It stays hidden. It's probably Deathwing's fire, and he's like, I don't want nothing to do with that. No, I've seen the future. I know what happens if I go there. Don't want to do that. Spyro thinks about winning. Very Spyro thing to do. He's full of spunk. He's full of vigor. Of course he'd be thinking about winning. Toothless stays awake all night. Rhaegal cooks his food before putting his fire out. Well, I mean, that's what the dragons in Game of Thrones do. They eat their meat cooked like humans do because they're not animals, okay? They're better than that. And yeah, I actually learned that by reading the book, Clash of Kings. Yeah. I'm going through the Game of Thrones books right now. Fafnir sets up camp for the night. Draco passes out from exhaustion. Well, he's got a lot going on. Malagos poisons Eurissa's drink. She drinks it and dies. So Malagos was able to get right what Caligos couldn't. Oh, and Eurissa, now you're dead here too. You're dead in World of Warcraft too. Oh man, that's gonna make a lot of people sad. I'm so sad, everyone. Day 2 has begun. Spyro steals from Alexstrasza while she isn't looking. Well, again, he's very small. He's probably very capable of doing that. Alduin receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Here, take this giant battle axe. Use it in battle. But I only got front wings. I don't got front hands or legs. Carry it in your mouth. That's what we'll do. That's what you should do. Mushu sets an explosion off, killing Draco. I can just see it now. He probably found Spyro's explosives, and then, like, how he did in the movie, put it all on his back in, like, a rocket form, and was just like, light me! And he, like, lights it on back, and he goes, boo! And he just blows up Draco. It's just like, oh, shit. I guess this is how I'm gonna go out. And Sean Connery Dragon is now dead. Oh, so sad. Parthenax, Nosdormu, Fafnir, Deathwing, and Malagos hunt for other tributes. Parthenax not teaming up with Alduin for this one. Maybe they're starting to be drawn apart. Rhaegal shoots an arrow into Viserion's head. Now, if only it would have been reversed, it would have been even better, because Rhaegal was killed by mini scorpions to his person. But I guess, brother, I'm going to kill you, and I will be the favorited brother from now on. And he just, it probably is like scorpion-sized arrow, just poof, just like, and then Viserion just blows up and dies. I don't know. Elliot and Saphira hunt for other tributes, together or separate. I would think that Elliot's probably using his invisibility powers a lot. Smaug picks flowers for some reason. There's not a very Smaug thing to do, but I guess, he's Smaug the Great and Terrible. He can do whatever the F he wants. And Toothless practices his archery. He probably saw, Spyro doing it yesterday and decided, I'll do that too. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance for this one. With day 2, Eurissa, Draco, and Viserion have all fallen in battle. Well, none of these were mine, but, Sean Connery as a dragon. That is a loss no matter how way you slice it. Let's proceed. Night 2 comes. Alexstrasza sets up camp for the night. Fafnir receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Maybe one of his dead relatives that he killed. Maybe their ghost is watching him. We don't know. Malagos cooks his food before putting it out because he may be crazy, but he still wants his food proper. Nosdormu and Alduin tell stories about themselves to each other. Well, both of them have essentially traveled through time in some way or form, so they probably do have a lot of stories to tell. Toothless sets an explosive off, killing Parthenax, Spyro, and Elliot. Again, Elliot was probably just caught in the blast because he's invisible, but my man Spyro and Parthenax both taken out in the same. Toothless is ruthless. He's Toothless, the ruthless, blowing up dragons. He's gonna blow up all the other dragons. Man, that's another one of mine gone, but I guess some people are probably happy that one of mine is more out of the running. Mushu thinks about home. Probably the pagoda back with all the ancestors that don't like the fact that he's going off on his own adventures doing stuff. Smaug receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Ooh, very nice. And Rhaegal accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. Explosives are the bane of these guys. Have you noticed that, so many have died via explosives? I guess that makes sense because, to kill a dragon, you need something great and powerful. And what's great and powerful? An explosive. But, Game of Thrones. All the Game of Thrones dragons are dead now. Man, that's going to make a lot of people mad. Saphira lets Deathwing into her shelter. Ooh, get a little fancy. A little bit swinging. Huh? You better watch out for Deathwing, though. He's very hot, and he will probably burn you if he touches you. Day 3. Alexstrasza begs Toothless to kill her. He refuses, keeping Alexstrasza alive. Again, the aspect of life is probably like, all this death. I don't want to do it anymore. Toothless, just end me. You blew up 3 people last night. And he's like, no, my blood loss has been cessated for the day. You shall live on. And he just went off doing his thing. Nosdormu injures himself. Probably too busy looking at all the pasts and the futures. Didn't even see where he was going. Probably tripped over a log. Saphira receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Probably from one of her many friends. Alduin attacks Mushu, but Smaug protects him, killing Alduin. That's right. My man Smaug showing who the real great and powerful dragon is, and that's Smaug the Great and Terrible, not Alduin the World Eater. Deathwing and Fafnir split up to search for resources, and Malagos receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Let's proceed. 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. A lot of these guys were killed at night, but they still count. So, Parthenax, Spyro, and Elliot, Rhaegal, and Alduin have all fallen. Skyrim dragons are out, Spyro's out, Elliot's out, All of the Game of Thrones dragons are out. We're really running low on dragons, guys. Let's see what else has in store. Night 3. I apologize. There's still night. Smaug kills Toothless for his supplies. That's right. No witnesses. No mercy. That little cute little dragon that kind of looks like a little kitty cat dragon. Just crush him. Crush him with your spears. His teeth are like swords, and he's probably he probably ate him. If anything, because Toothless is actually rather small, and Smaug is actually on the bigger side of dragons. But if I were to say who's the biggest dragon that's still alive right now, it's probably Deathwing. Deathwing sets up camp for the night. You know, he's very tired. Nosdormu tends to Malagos' wounds. Shouldn't it be the other way around? Nosdormu, you're the one that injured yourself. But, I mean, maybe Malagos hurt himself too. We're not sure. Mushu, Alexstrasza, Fafnir, and Saphira sleep in shifts. You know, they decide to make a truce for the night. Oh, the feast! The feast! We're going to the feast! That's right, my friends. It is time for the feast. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't. But let's see what happens at this one. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tributes' families and maybe their hordes. Alexstrasza, Deathwing, and Saphira decide not to go to the feast. Good idea. Good idea. They're just like, no, that's a trap. Malagos ambushes Fafnir and kills him. That's right, Norse dragon, out of the running. No more for you, Fafnir. Smaug tracks down and kills Nosdormu. I mean, Smaug, he's had his taste for blood now. He's just like, alright, I am done playing games with these guys. I'm going to go out and kill them. I am fire. I am death. They're all gonna die. And Mushu dies of an infection. Oh, come on, man. You're better than that, Mushu, to die from just an infection. Oh, but I guess that's how the game rolls. Mushu's out of the game. Day 4 begins after the feast. Smaug travels to higher ground. He's probably trying to find the one mountain. Maybe find some dwarves. Saphira runs away from Deathwing. That's a good idea. But, I mean, what about that one night of passion that you spent together in your shelter? Do you forget that, Saphira? Did you forget that, Deathwing? Why would you do that? Malagos discovers a river, and Alexstrasza accidentally steps on again, with the explosives! A landmine! Stab it! It just explodes! I think this probably has the most explosive-related deaths than any other Hunger Game simulation I've done. And it works so well because they're dragons, so they're huge. 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Toothless, Fafnir, Nosdormu, Mushu, and Alexstrasza have all fallen. 2 of those were actually Smaug's kills. So, again, he's really getting into it. My man Smaug, come on, you can win! You can win, my man! Let us proceed. Night 4. Oh, 4-way truce for the night! They're like, there's 4 of us left. It's the 4th night. Let's sleep. And then we'll kill each other in the morning. Ooh, let's see what happens with day 5. Deathwing thinks about home. Malagos makes a slingshot. Smaug travels to higher ground, still trying to find that mountain with the dwarves. And Saphira dies from hypothermia. I guess she just got too cold. She was like, I'm too far away from my rider. If I'm too far away from my rider, I die. Or I know it's like if the rider dies, the dragon dies as well. But, man, Saphira, I thought you were better than that. Now we're just down to these 3 big dragon boys. Proceed. Fallen tributes. Saphira was the only one to fall. Alrighty, night 5. Smaug begs Deathwing to kill him, but he refuses, keeping Smaug alive. That's good. Smaug, why are you asking for death? I know why he is. Because he can't find a mountain big enough to sleep under, to be king under the mountain. So he's like, what's the point of living anymore? And Malagos starts a fire. Just being a pyromaniac, I guess. Alrighty. Day 6. It seems that Deathwing had a change of heart and attacks Smaug, just like, you know what? I changed my mind. You're gonna die. But Smaug was like, no, 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 I found a meaning in life again. And he manages to escape. And Malagos tries to sleep through the entire day. I swear, Deathwing and Smaug are going to end up killing each other, leaving Malagos the only survivor, thus the winner. No one died, so let's proceed. Smaug and Malagos huddle for warmth. Deathwing quietly hums. It's just a three-way circle jerk with these guys. They've been, like, alive. They've just been playing this ring around for the past 2 days. Okay. Malagos and Deathwing track down and kill Smaug. No! There goes my last boy. Of course, the World of Warcraft dragons decide to band together to take down Smaug. Because he was the only one who didn't belong. But now we're just down with the 2 mad dragons, actually. You know, one went mad via magic, one went mad via corruption via the old gods. So, let's see what happens. Only Smaug died. Right, Night 7 is coming. Let's see what happens. Malagos shoots a poisonous blow dart into Deathwing's neck, slowly killing him! The mighty Deathwing taken down by such a small amount of poison, which leaves Malagos from District 4, the winner of the 48th Hunger Games. Oh my, I was not expecting this. Malagos was honestly like an afterthought of dragons, because I have Kalagos, but Malagos is still very big in the lore. So, well, here it is. Here's the rundown. My Smaug came in 3rd, Spyro 13th, and Blue Eyes White Dragon in 21st. That was mine. Ah, man, a lot of awesome dragons were knocked out like near the very beginning, and then this was a good one. I really like this one. This reminds me why I loved doing these simulations so much. I wish maybe like there was like a different program that did it, or maybe a different type of simulator where I can do something like this. I am looking into it, but don't worry. I really want to continue doing Hunger Games simulations, and so thank you for taking part in this Hunger Games simulation. If you have any suggestions for future simulations, let me know down below. I do have a list I'm working on right now, so you never know when I might slip in yours to see, just to put in. I'm getting tongue-tied. I've been talking too much, and now I can't talk anymore. But, my friends, this was fun. I hope you had a lot of fun time. I hope you had a good time. I'll see you guys next time I'm out there in YouTube land. Be a good person, tip your waitresses, keep moving forward. I'll see you then.